What's going on, guys? I'm Journey, and I'm here with a message. One, I hope we can all just kind of stop the nonsense. Look, I understand everybody wants to stream, everybody wants to be some form of like internet sensation or whatever it may be. And people get a lot of advice from a lot of various different sources. And I mean, well, not only that, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the glam, the allure of it, or the fact that I could come in and play games and probably maybe try to potentially do it for a living. I don't know what is causing people to get all up in arms, but I'm here to tell you the road to success isn't one that's earned by the next morning. Everything takes time. Nothing is given, but everything is earned. And one thing that I really, really, really wish that a lot of folks, especially bigger people, can get out of the habit out of is just saying, hey, this is my road as far as what I've done to get me there. Because there's never no asterisk at the end. Some people come away with like false hope. Thinking, hey, if I do this too, I'll be able to get there. Nah. Fun fact. If you hop in a set community, that doesn't mean like if you put time in and money in that you're gonna be where the big honcho is. There's a lot of other people doing it too. Fun fact. If you go to, let's say, an event and try to network, it doesn't really mean that much of anything. You never know. That doesn't mean you don't go out and try, but at the same time, you just never know. But what is the one thing that you can bank on? Your own content, your own library. And the first thing that anybody should be telling you that is truth. Find something that you take pride and joy in. If you can't find that, then at the end of the day, it will never translate to on stream. If you yourself are not having fun, nobody else is going to have fun neither. And in order for you to have fun, you have to be able to put together what you feel as though will make you happy. Whatever game you're playing doesn't really matter. If you thoroughly enjoy what you're doing, it's going to translate on screen. That's a fact. And that's where everybody should be starting over. That should be the number one basis of anything that you're doing, no matter what it is in life, whether it's twitching, whether it's broadcasting, whatever it is that you decide to get into. Community is also another thing that you should most definitely be cautious of and a little bit wary of. No, because every community ain't for you, and not every community is positive. And at the same token, you don't necessarily want to get involved into a place where it feels like a pyramid of sorts. So you try to engage and talk to as many people as you can and try to support as many people as you can. Next thing you know, you got money here, you got money going there. Just in hopes that at least somebody along the way is taking a notice of you that belongs to that community to send something along your way. We call that a pyramid. Like that's I'm sorry, but that's essentially what we call it. From work where you're bottom to try to get your way up to the top. And the more people you get in, the higher your chances, or in some cases, the lower your chances are. But the higher somebody else at the top gets, and they can spread the money on yada yada, all that nonsense. That's not something you, in my opinion, that I would want for me. Somebody else might be different, but still, I'm not the biggest fan of stuff like that. Also, you could tell by facial expressions, by individual actions, and a bunch of other stuff, just like essentially filling a room of where your place might end up being. And if you don't feel comfortable, don't go for it. Twitch has this thing, it's all about community, it's all about community. YouTube might be very similar, they might be going towards that way, but you can't build it. You have to jump into it. And stuff like that is just, it's discouraging. It's not right and it's toxic to me because that place you have no idea of. And at the same time, you don't need to be that person who then tweets when you finally feel like you're getting some love. Just because people are sending you money and telling you good things, well, I'm going to ask, what happens when that stops? If it's not necessarily consistent, or the inconsistencies, essentially it lasts for like a couple of days. Is that love still there? Do you really feel it there? So, what is you really there for? You know what I'm saying? Like to reach out to talk to people, connect. That doesn't. That's There's no price of admission on stuff like that. Keep that in mind as you're moving forward. There's no such thing as a price when it comes to acquiring a friend, learning new things in life. It's just certain things shouldn't require that. And then another step that I really kind of find disappointing is that some people will try to get together and stream in times where they're not necessarily conflicted with each other. I say BS. Get in there, find it. You stream on a time that you feel comfortable for yourself. You're not there to pander to anybody's essential needs. You're not somebody's babysitter. You're not the mama. You're not the daddy. I'm saying you're not the cousin or the uncle or the grandma. What you're trying to do is find yourself and build an audience. And in order to find yourself, to get to a point where you can actually build an audience, you have to first come up, hit that stream button or whatever play button or however you want to do and get in the process of doing it. Hell, I had a schedule. And sometimes you talk to some people and people trying to work things out and trying to figure out my schedule. I'm like, nah, do your thing. When somebody comes on, get a message. Oh, this person's coming on. Like, oh, you stop streaming. We go over there or something. Like, nah, B. Like, you having fun. You keep rolling. If that's what you want to do. If you want to hop off early, all right, cool. Hop off early. But at the end of the day, your schedule is your schedule. And somebody's going to be there for you. You don't stop that just because somebody else is doing it. Unless you're then tired, then it would make sense. Same thing, vice versa. You find the time that is best for you, and then you go from there. I find a lot of times with communities, it's communities because a lot of people are starting to quote quote feel the love with a little bit of this, as opposed to support. And the one thing I value more than anything is time, because time doesn't cost a cent, but it's the one thing you can't replace. Just calling for what it is, keeping it real, all things holy. All right, I'm not going to lie to you. At the same time, it's hard. But remember, nothing in life comes easy. I've already stressed this enough. Even if you try to put out an application for a janitor position, I guarantee you there's going to be over 10 applicants. No matter where you go in life, no matter what you do, there will always be competition. So I don't want to hear about if it's hard. Stop telling yourself that it's hard and start telling yourself it's time for me to start. First, I need to make myself happy and figure out who I want to be. Some people come up and they clearly aren't themselves. Like, I don't know. Some people want to be a tortoise. Some people want to be a cow. Some people want to be a goblin. Some people want to be some mechazoid. I have no idea. But that's them. I like my face on stuff. So that way you can feel the authenticity, the way how I'm coming at you. This is me, 100%. This is just who I am. And I love having that up screen. I just love being that way. Another thing they'd be telling you like, hey, keep talking, keep talking, keep talking. If you ever actually notice and you go around Twitch, a lot of people don't always talking. They're not always talking 24/7. You can react to what you see on whatever you're playing. Maybe you make a content for YouTube, whatever it may be. And you could just react to whatever is going on. But you don't have to talk 24/7. You don't. One time I ended up talking so much after getting a raid, I was really messed up here. Then afterwards, I was like literally coughing up blood because like I just did not take a drink of water. I just kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going. I was like that for a while, and I was like, what am I doing all this for? I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna chill, I'm relaxing. I'm gonna first enjoy the game and just, all right, cool. If I see something, cool, no problem, I'll talk. If not, just keep rolling. It's not a big issue. And at the end of the day, if I feel like somebody might want to talk, cool, no problem with that, dude. Come on, like you can only talk to yourself, but for so long. So give yourself a break. Pat yourself on the back. Hey, you did a good job. More positive energy and less negativity. Stop worrying about what ain't, and start focusing on what you can do now, today, moving forward. Once again, it starts with your own happiness. Everything else comes secondary. And once you get to that place where you feel as though your production, whether it's your production or whatever it may be, people be like, well, we don't care if you got a horrible sounding mic. We don't care if you are bad at a game or anything. All this other stuff. Don't think they stand in that same thing to you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be the person that cares about your product more than anybody else. That will tell you everything you need to know. You just keep going and keep pushing from there. Good things can happen and good things will happen. But remember, nothing is given, but everything is earned. There you go. Mad love to you guys. Make sure you take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Stop stressing all this nonsense and tune out the noise and continue to keep pushing your own pathway forward, no matter what you do in life. Keep your head up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, take care.